In this video, we're going to take a look at how we can compare the actual time worked to our rostered time as part of the timesheet approval process. If you're an employee manager, this is what the dashboard looks like, and if you have access to approved timesheets, you'll have this tile on the front screen. For admin users, you can also use the left-hand menu, which is timesheets, and then go down to approved timesheets. When you go into the approved timesheet screen, you by default land on the current week, and you can change the grouping to show it by date or location or something like that. I'm going to change my grouping to location. You can also change the status from just being submitted timesheets to any timesheets. There are other filtering options here as well. If I have the ability to see shift costs, I can also optionally select to show timesheet costs. Because we've already published a roster and our staff have come in all week and entered their timesheets in by clocking in and out, we now have a list of timesheets that we need to approve. To make things easier, I can click the Compare with Roster button. If the actual time worked matches the roster, there's a little tick that shows next to it. If, like in this case, the amount of time worked is actually different to the roster, it'll highlight the roster shift in blue to let you know that there's a variance. In this case, as you can see, Elliot finished at 5:30 PM and was meant to finish at 5 PM. That can trigger us to have a discussion on what happened for that extra half an hour and decide whether we approve that or reject it. In this case, I can click the edit icon and change the end time back to 5 o'clock. Here, Akram hasn't given us a timesheet for this day at all, but did have a rostered shift. Again, after a discussion, we found out that he forgot to clock in and out. So on this particular day, I can click the edit icon, I get my rostered information, check it over with Akram, and click save. I have the option of rejecting timesheets and deleting timesheets as well. I can select an individual timesheet, an entire group, or by holding down the shift button, all groups on that page. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to click Approve 23 timesheets. And those timesheets have been approved, ready to go into the pay run by the payroll administrator. And that's how we compare actual time to rostered shifts at the timesheet approval stage.